Good morning.
Okay, good morning. It is February 3rd. It's a pretty nice day for February in Seattle. We're going to take advantage of the weather. What are we going to do?
Ride our bikes down to Ikea, get a breakfast taco and a snow cone.
Snow cone? Nah, no way. We're going to hop on our bikes, which is kind of our weekend thing when the weather is nice. Mom was at the coffee shop being productive and doing her thing, recharging her batteries. We're going to go drain our batteries on the bikes, and then we'll recharge them with some breakfast tacos and snow cones.
See ya.
And then, got to get to work on this thing. So on our bike ride, what did we stumble on?
For some reason, invented BMW car shop.
A vintage little BMW car show on the water. How cool is this? Oh man, stoked, huh? Let's check it out.
Hi.
Ikea Delivery.
Yep, some boxes and a monkey. They dropped this monkey off. We don't quite know what to feed it or what we're gonna do with it. This is the exciting thing. This is the countertop. Kismet and the dream catchers take 27,000. Morning.
Good morning.
Had a pretty nice morning. What'd you do?
I actually just drank my coffee and did some embroidery. Read a little bit. It was really nice. I got some solo mama time, which
Nice.
I'm gathering from these videos. It looks like I get a lot of that because all you seem to see is Brett and Emerson working on the RV.
Mama does a lot. She just doesn't film as much of herself doing it. We're gonna get started on some stuff. What are we gonna do today? I had a list.
You got it still?
Yep. What do you want to
Okay.
work on?
Well, the thing I think I've been harping on this week is just getting the, what are you calling them? I'm calling them gasketing, but
The screw trims, the screw moldings, like all the exterior.
basically the
yeah.
brackets that hold the two pieces of fiberglass together where the seams are. We need to scrape out a lot of the old,
Sealant.
yeah,
Bugle.
and redo that. We also need to remove all of the screws and put the sealant in there and replace those screws.
Yeah, so no kind of big activities today, but some random little things that I've been wanting to do for a while. As you saw, we removed the black tank, so that whole exterior drain apparatus is all gone, but the freshwater drain is still out there, and it's got this big obtuse looking gate valve that hangs off the side. I've got a much more elegant kind of solution, so we're gonna cut that thing off and put something on. We're also, I think when we're working on the side trims that Megan mentioned, there's just a lot of other little random accessories that we wanna pull off in preparation for someday painting this thing. We'll do that. So that's it, that's the plan.
The sun is out, kind of, and we're gonna enjoy some
Not bad
nice
for
weather.
February.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's February.
All right, so this is the freshwater drain that I was talking about. Look at this thing, sticking way out. It's got zip ties on it for some reason, holding something together. It does not look good. We're gonna fix that. We have a much more elegant solution in mind. Look at this, check this out. Ta-da! This thing is ultimately, this is actually a pressure testing fitting, but we're gonna put it on here permanently. It's got this little ratchet clamp that will ratchet right onto here, and then it'll just be a nice little hose bib. So that way we can just, open the valve if we want to drain it, or if we're ever in a situation where we need to run a hose to get it somewhere to drain, we can do that too. And it won't be sticking out of the side of the RV looking as crazy as it does. So let's do this. This should be a quick project. All right, that was easy. Nice fast job. Look at that. Look how much nicer that is than this thing. And it's nice and tucked back in there. Nice valve. Cool. That was an easy one.
All right, so this here is the gasketing. This is what we're talking about. See, it's the seams of the fiberglass. There's a bunch of them all over the RV. They're up there, they're here. Most of them don't have this, I don't know.
Gasketing thing.
Yeah, this rubber piece. This one appears to be connected maybe underneath the door and underneath this other bracketing over here. So it's one of the reasons why I'm guessing that it's one of the only ones left on the RV. The rest of them disappeared long ago. So we are gonna try cleaning off this sealant here. Take these out, discard of this, and clean out all of these areas. Take these rusty screws out and replace them with nice stainless steel screws. I've got my supervisor here, making sure that I'm doing all of my work correctly. Just watching. All right, we're gonna get to it.
All right, so another little thing we're gonna do is, so we're trying to just get the whole side prepped for paint. So we're trying to, you know, we've been cleaning, we've got all the decals off, obviously. We're gonna take this off today, that outlet cover. We're gonna try and take these off today too. This bottom one, I think we're actually going to keep, and I'll probably just repaint this whole thing black, and then we'll do some hand painting of the raised lettering in some kind of cool color. This thing is some kind of certification, whoops, some kind of weird certification plaque that we don't need. So if we can find a way to fill the screw holes, we'll just take that thing off and be done with it. But this one we're gonna take off. Emerson's digging around in the toolbox. He's gonna get a screwdriver out. We're gonna take that off. Megan's working on the trim. I think we're also gonna maybe try and get these stickers off today too. Those are actually the last of the stickers. And then the last thing on this side, we got a replacement for this light that has a little motion sensor on it. So we're also maybe gonna try and take that puppy off too. And then the side will pretty much be ready for paint. We got these plaques off, got this cleaned up. We've started to also take off some random, you know, these are the old door stopper pieces. Get this stuff all cleaned up and get those holes filled. Same with over there. All right, look at this. We got Emmy set up here. Full plate of food, ton of activities. This should last us about, I don't know, 8 to 10 minutes of uninterrupted productivity time before we need something else. Monster trucks over there. It's looking good though. Got the first one of these off and all cleaned. Got this stuff off and all sealed. And Megan's going for it. She's going and she's pulling off one of the first big screw trim pieces here.
I've been thinking about it all week. We're going.
Okay. Nice. All right, we're getting after it. We just got Emmy a snack, so we're gonna get back to work. All right, well, we got this big piece off that's here on the ground, you can see. It's pretty, you know, it's a little worse for wear. They really, it looks like someone got after this thing with a 50 cal. This thing is, you know, not super straight, but we're gonna clean it up, we're gonna reuse it. Okay, so we're making decent progress with this. We've got this one off and kind of all cleaned. You know, we got all the old butyl out of there. I just kind of washed everything and hit it with the heat gun to kind of just dry everything out. So that looks pretty good. So we've got that vertical one off, and then we've got this horizontal one off. We're gonna also try and take this one off. We gotta take this is the awning attachment. I mean, look at this, holes everywhere. We're gonna take this thing off. Obviously that's super gnarly in there. I mean, look at this right here. I mean, I don't know what they were doing. Driving screws into this thing like it's going out of style. What I'm planning to do, which they didn't do, is what I'm planning to do is actually put a bead of Lexol sealant there where these two things come together. You can see there's like a big gap up here. And then we'll put butyl along it. And then we've got a new stainless steel screws, which we're also putting in. Unfortunately, some of them were so rusted that they just sheared off when we tried to take them out, like this one. So I'm hoping when we drive the new ones in, it will just push that in and be okay, but
We'll see. We might have to drill those things out. This is the total mess right here. Look at that. But tonight, this is our first shot at it. Also got the old porch light off right there, boink. And that's looking good. We'll seal that thing up. All right, so Megan just finished washing these things, did an awesome job getting all the butyl off. You can see though, I don't know if you can, I mean, man, they really went to town with the screws, and it's just super rough on the back here, which is not ideal. It's also really bent, which we may not be able to do much about, but I'm gonna get after these screws with the old peanut grinder to just kind of smooth it out so that this has a good chance of sitting flush with the fiberglass. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's give it a whirl. All right, so check this out. Let's see, we just kind of zipped all this stuff off. Focus on that, yeah, there we go. So see that now? Those are nice, it's just all nice and smooth here. All right, morning number 2. What do we got here? I mean, look at this. We've got a heater in here. We've got this little fort that we made for him. Snack, books. So here's the situation from yesterday. We kind of stopped filming because it started to get late. It was starting to get dark. And as you've probably seen, because we're just filming all this on my iPhone, if the light isn't perfect, the video quality just plummets. So there's really no point in filming. But we got these pieces off. We got this piece on here, actually. So we're going to take this tape off. The tape was here just because we didn't finish sealing it and we didn't want it to rain or get in there, but we're gonna take the tape off and kind of see how it went, put these ones back on, get these all dialed in, and then that's it for this morning. All right, so Megan just put up the sample here. This is what we're thinking for part of the RV, kind of this bottom part here. Aperitivo hour. All right, well, we're taking a break from the side molding stuff. We'll explain what happened, but I don't want to talk about it right now. Didn't go well. Well, kind of did, kind of didn't. Got off the rails a little bit. And we're kind of changing our plan with respect to the sequence of that versus our painting. So wanted to find some other exterior things to do while the weather's nice, and this is one of those things. So these are the exterior marker lights. There's 5 on the front, there's 5 on the back. Hey, Emmer. As you can see, they're kind of in bad shape. So we're gonna take these things off, clean them. We're gonna repaint this plastic piece here. I already have the clear parts down and kind of soaking. So we'll finish scraping the sealant off, and then we'll take these things completely off, clean everything, and put them back on. All right, so we got all 5 of those things off and cleaned up real well. Let's see if we can get out of the shadow here. So the good news is it doesn't seem like there's a bunch of water damage in. You can kind of see in well, I mean, you can't, but I can. The holes here, you know, there's a bunch of like insulation and stuff in here. It all seems to be pretty dry. So that's good news. You know, we're trying to find the source of kind of a leak at the bottom of this thing. We sealed this, so it's not that. This was another potential source. It's not these. So we're chasing it down, but it feels good to get those off. So some of these are cracked and they're super dirty, so TBD on whether we keep these or not. The ones you buy online now just look so cheap, and the color of them doesn't really look good, but in order to keep these, we're gonna have to clean them super well and paint them, and so I don't know if that's worth the effort. But they're off. We're going to just put tape over these holes right now to seal them temporarily, and I'm gonna go down and see what Mama's up to.
Hey there. So Right now I'm inside the shower of the RV, removing all of the caulking so that we can recaulk it. I was just envisioning being in here when this is all done and looking all around and thinking about being in here in February, removing all of this. So I just thought I would document that. I'm gonna show you what I'm working on here. This is basically two parts. There's this upper part of the shower that's all one piece that loops around. And then there's this lower shower thing here. And they're two separate pieces. So now what I'm doing is removing all of the messy caulking from up here, as you can see, and the lovely wallpaper that we're gonna plan to paint over. So those little remnants aren't there. So yeah, I'm gonna remove all of that. Seems like it'd be an easy job. It's gonna take me longer than we thought. Okay, I'm gonna go work on it. Toodaloo.
Happy morning. So I just realized I was rushing to get to a meeting that's I thought started at 9 and it actually started at 8. So I already botched that one. So what that means is, because I was taking a different way to avoid some traffic, I ended up going by one of my subcontractors' offices. They're a cabinet builder, and I happen to know that most mornings they put out these cool carts of offcuts that they don't need. So that might be a good way to get some free wood, specifically like some small, thin little trim that we might want to use around the RV. So I'm gonna hop out. I don't know, see if there's anything good. It's raining, which is not ideal, and I have to go to work, so it has to fit in my car, but we're gonna check it out. And if there's good stuff, then we'll know we want to come back. All right, yeah, look at this. So, I mean, a lot of this stuff is in cut, right? So they run this stuff through the table saw, and one side of it is kind of munged up, but there's some pretty nice wood here. I mean, this is nice hardwood. I don't think we're gonna grab anything today because these are super long, but we'll definitely be back because there is some nice tight grain, you know, like this is really nice tight grain pine, Douglas fir. So I think we'll come back and we'll try and grab some stuff and lash it to the roof. All right, cool, off to work. All right, well, I did manage to get this one piece of kind of live edge. I don't really know what we're gonna do with this, you know, because a lot of it's not really usable unless we want to actually use this bark edge for something. But it is a nice, solid 1-inch white or, I don't know, maybe red oak, which a lot of the wood in the motorhome is actually oak, the stuff that is real wood. So this might be cool to use. So that's the thing that we got. We'll come back and get some trim pieces later. Okay, on a roll this morning. So on top of missing my meeting, I also realized I forgot my wallet. So that's a fun little treat. Honestly, I think it all started because I woke up late, which I don't typically do. I bailed on the gym. And so now I think the ethos and the vibe of my whole morning is askew. But it's all right, we're getting through it. I'm feeling good despite what felt like a pretty disheartening weekend. This weekend, I think we definitely just didn't get as much accomplished as we were hoping to. And that has me a little bit worried just about how much we have left to do and the time in which we have to do it. But that being said, you know, Megan is always real positive, and I know that between the two of us, we can get this thing done. You know, the motorhome stuff on its own is really not that difficult. Doing all the motorhome stuff whilst also being a parent with really no local support system, that is difficult. And, you know, frankly, doing anything other than parenting while you're a parent is difficult. But Megan is an awesome teammate, and I'm super fortunate to have her working on this thing with me. And, you know, between the two of us, we're gonna get this thing done. But it just feels like we only have a couple of days a week to work on this thing, and then half of those days get, you know, filled with all the stuff that fills our days as parents, and, you know, doing all that stuff. But we're fortunate to be able to work on this thing at all and have this opportunity. So trying to stay positive going into the week, happy, positive, albeit a little flustered because of my faux pas this morning, but we're gonna get through it. Till next time.